With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin. Work continues on the former Asa Burshouse property at 415 Main Street in Hyannis. First Cape Venture Realty Trust has appeared before the Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission many times as they are working to renovate and re-envision that historic building. On October 5th, the item was again on the Historic Commission's agenda, but no representation appeared. The Commission agreed to move the item to its next meeting, but not without some discussion and input on the plan.
I'm watching. I go by it every day and every night. And I can't say anything about the inside, and I keep on watching the outside. Go ahead.
I think that they should be required on a project this large to come at least once a month or twice a month and give us an update. If there's nothing to update, they can just say we've gone this far in the project.
Thank you.
This is what you've approved. This is what we're on right now. Because once it's done, you know it's going to happen. It happens with the town. Once it's done, you can't change it.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a very big project. And you know, like Wings, they were really good. They came to us. They did what we said. And there are a few people that are like that, companies, but this is kind of scary.
Well,
I'm really disappointed.
Well, especially since it's a historic building.
Yeah, I'm very
Historic
disappointed in the whole
building, and it sets a tone for the street.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're right there. Joe, go ahead.
Kept on watching that big medical center. We won't use names. And then, well, I
Air
told you that.
conditions.
I
Yes, yes.
don't even go there with me. You've been here long enough like I've been here long enough.
We brought it up. We told them.
Yeah.
But it's been
We
done,
don't-
and now you can't
We
change it,
don't
and
work
that's the
for them.
bad part.
They work for us.
I know.
Actually, they try to
Except my
avoid.
piece.
They try to avoid us for the most part. Okay. Would you like a letter
I think
to
so.
them to that effect?
From you and from the entire board. If you have to put our names down, I feel free to do
You're on
that.
the masthead.
I think we should have our names on those letters.
Absolutely, you put mine right on top.
I think that our names should be on any correspondence that goes out. You are the chairman, but I think the board name should go on.
Yes. Well,
So that it's
the letterhead
more
has-
impressive.
has
It's
your names
more
on
than
them.
one name. All right.
Right.
No, I have another.
What bothers me most about that project is the last time they were here, and I don't know if it was 2 or 3 or 4 meetings ago, they said that they would come in with a plan for the side of that building
Yes.
going down, was it Pearl Street?
Feel free.
I go by there probably 2, 3 times a week, and it's a mess. I don't know what they're going to do there, but it is ugly as sin.
And I think that's one of the design features that we've asked to see is a large-scale elevation.
Yeah, that was a month and a half, 2 months ago.
At least then.
The last time they were here, we asked about that.
Didn't they show us something?
Specifically.
But it wasn't.
They showed a big blank wall.
Yeah.
They just showed a blank
They did,
wall.
and we recommended.
And we suggested that that was unacceptable,
Yeah.
the blank wall.
And they said they were going to come in with some designs for that wall.
Yeah.
I know they've torn out the whole entrance. It used to go into the reading room. That's going. I don't know what they're going to do with that. It's plywood over now.
John McCabe was
Really?
so upset. He was
It's
so
a mess.
heartsick.
That building is going to be a disaster by the time they get
Will
to
be.
it.
It is.
It'll be nothing what it used to look like. Historic value is going to be gone.
Oh, it's totally gone.
Totally gone now.
Well, we have tried as best we can to keep the exterior, which is our purview, as original as possible. We had aluminum windows in it or plastic windows in it. They've upgraded to a wood window. We've asked them to, they've asked if they could replace the columns out front, and we suggested, and they accepted our suggestion for wooden columns in the historic design and style and size, and they've accomplished that. The siding has been, all the vinyl siding has been removed, and they've replaced it with wooden siding. The sample that they gave us, although it initially we thought it might be some kind of a composite, it definitely is not. It's a full cedar clapboard
Clever.
to match the traditional style. In all instances, they have responded to our request for original materials. I was asked, as I believe at the last meeting or the meeting before, about gutter material. And we said that the library has the style, and that's the old cedar gutters, built into the roof and designed as part of the edge of the roof. And that I know they were working on.
I don't remember that. I hope that's what they're going to use.
Well, he was very interested in getting rid of that hanging on the edge aluminum gutter. It just totally, I don't know how they got away with putting that up. It must have been put up 20 years ago. But the design adjacent on the library is the design that would have been on this building initially. And the gutter is built into the eave detail, which matches the cornice, the projected cornice detail, and it's a wraparound design. So that takes a little bit of knowledge on the part of the installer and designer. But that's what he was looking for. He was looking for a way to accomplish that. So I showed him the details next door. And
I agree. They've done everything we've asked them.
they have indeed,
But they haven't come back and shown us what they're going to do on the side of that building.
I'm sorry.
They haven't come back and shown us what they're going to do on the side of that building.
No, it's probably because they're designing it as we go.
The other problem I have is, I know we have no control over the interior of the building, but this was an historic building that they tore the guts out.
Yeah. There were a number of alterations that were made inside repetitively. I know that.
The basic inside structure was still there. The reading room was still there. The staircases were still there. The railings upstairs were still there.
Yeah.
They weren't the original ones, but they were still there.
Stairs left, yeah.
And they just destroyed
They
everything.
destroyed the building.
But again,
nothing we
to
can do
repeat
about it.
what you said, we don't, it's not our baby, the
We had an
inside.
interior.
You know,
I understand what you're saying.
we had a
It isn't
concept-
our baby, but
If we
the
had
way they went about it
Yeah.
was 100% right. Because I watched them tear it out.
But there's got to be somebody who's responsible for that,
well,
Well,
again,
there is.
but it's
who
not
can
us.
control that.
Yeah, there is. The building commissioner. They have to apply for
Forget
a
it.
building permit.
Well,
They have to apply for a
it's
permit
not
to alter a
ours.
building in this town. And the building commissioner is the one that approves the design and ostensibly supervises the work.
Is there no
Unless there's
historic group?
construction control issued.
Is there no historic group that oversees the interior of a historic building?
Only if there's a conservation easement. Now, on Nantucket, there are a lot of old buildings that have conservation easements so that you cannot alter the interior, and that goes with the deed. So there's no excuse to say, I didn't know there was a conservation easement on it, because it's part of the deed. You can get a conservation easement on a building, but most people are reluctant to convey to the historic board, which would be us in this case, a conservation easement because it makes it harder to sell the house.
It's
You
limiting.
can't make changes to it.
Right.
So you're it's either a building that is truly a fine example in its own right, and the owner wants to continue it that way, such as a sea captain's house that has extremely valuable ornamental architecture
Excellent.
inside. And then
It's
Trying
not
to
our,
convince
it's not
them.
our purview.
You have to
What you
convince
guys
them.
are bringing up is not our purview. It's a fact, but it's not our purview, and I prefer that I know Marina had some things that are in our purview.
The Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission will meet next on October 19th. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.